So I'm going to take you guys through the axe kick. From what I've seen online already, there's plenty of tutorials on technique, but there's a lot missing on mobility, flexibility, strength, and injury prevention stuff that you guys really need to know if you want to have a strong axe kick. So if you need reminding, there's two variations to our axe kick: circling up, cutting down, circling out, cutting down. So first variation, second, okay, making sure you got control at the end of the kick is really important, obviously. So we're going to start with the basics, and that is your flexibility. So for the flexibility aspect, we need to work on the main areas, which is our hips and our hamstrings, okay? The back of your leg there, your hamstrings, are the things that need to be the most flexible to get the height in the leg. So down to the ground, a lunge stretch, squeezing your glutes and pushing this hip forward. That is where you're going to feel the hip flexor stretch. This deep lunge stretch, tricep upright, drop your hips down to the ground, body tall, trying to open up through your hips. To enhance that stretch through your hips, squeeze your glutes and the back of your leg to open it out even more. Now to focus on the hamstrings, push your hips back, hands down on the ground, straighten your front leg, toes to the roof. Having the toes to the roof focuses on the calf stretch. Pointing your toes takes away a lot of that calf stretch and keeps the emphasis on the hamstring. So you can alternate between both. Of course, you need to do your full splits if you want to be good at an axe kick. Sitting in splits. Again, do your splits both with a pointed foot and a flexed foot. And we're going to enhance the split stretch even more by laying flat. This is kind of practicing your body position when you're going to be in the axe kick, which is having your leg close to your upper body. If you struggle to do this, if you're not quite flexible enough to sit in splits, even if you're up here, still practice leaning forwards and trying to get your chest as close to your leg as possible. So when it comes to the kick, you'll still be able to do that. Of course, with everything, you need to do both sides. So stretching both sides evenly. If you feel that one side is really lacking or disadvantaged compared to the other, train it twice as much till it catches up. The more you train one thing to be better than the other, the more likely it is that that side's going to get injured. They're going to become muscle imbalances, again leading to more injury. One of the most common injuries I see with splits, with kicks, with anything that utilizes that end range of motion are hamstring tears. So that's not necessarily that you're not flexible. Okay, a lot of flexible people get hamstring tears, and it's because muscle imbalances, strong quads, weak hammies. So especially in something like an axe kick, where you're going to generate all that power and have a lot of force coming down through the back of your leg and your hammies, you need to work on how to control this to prevent injury. With one knee on something slippery, take it out slowly, as far as you can. Using your hamstring, squeeze it back in. Use your hamstring and your hip to control the motion. Out, squeeze back in. So that's the first thing to work on your hamstring strength. The other thing is sitting in splits and just squeezing in your split position. So sitting flat in splits. You don't have to lift up or out, just focus on squeezing, pushing everything into the floor as hard as possible. From here, squeeze. Contract as much as you can, pushing as much force into the floor as possible. Focus on pushing through the heel, through the hamstring, through the back of the knee, flattening the leg onto the ground. And relax. You'll actually find that when you relax, you might drop down deeper into your split stretch. We're now going to go into the dynamic part. We've worked on the passive stretching, the strength and eccentric contraction when you're in that end range of movement and you're contracting. Now we're going to go into the dynamic, which is just getting that range while moving. So this is doing the kick without any tension. No tension, relaxed movement. Just let your legs go. Do side and do front, because obviously we need to work that whole range in an axe kick. next part is to develop power in the kick. So this requires quad strength, requires snap up, snap down. So if you have a band of some kind, tie it to each ankle. For an axe kick, you want one knot on the front, one knot on the back, depending on what leg you're kicking. I'm set up right now for right leg. That's the way they pull. So just standing, you're going to complete the motion of an axe kick. So circling in or circling out, whichever way you're going to start with. Remember to always do both sides with all kinds of resistance exercises. So those are some basics for you guys regarding the flexibility, the stretches to do in splits, the eccentric contractions to do to develop your hamstring strength and prevent any muscle tears, as well as the resistance that you can add onto your kicks to get more power in the up and in the downward phase. So good luck. Let me know how you guys go and how you like these drills. And of course, don't forget to subscribe. See ya.